As a researcher and instructor, I send out cold emails regularly either for mentoring or for collaborative purposes. Hello, welcome to this channel. I'm Babajide Ojo, and here are 5 things I will encourage you not to do when you are trying to write or send an important email. Number 1, I will not use AI to write my cold emails. No. Okay? I know a lot of the AI fanboys might be on my neck, but for me, I still refuse to trust those little abstract robots, okay? See, there is an unspoken beauty in what you craft yourself. It is just different. There are no two ways about it. And right now, experienced folks, they are able to identify that this particular train of thoughts and how the words were kind of put together looks too robotic. So don't do it. What I may do, however, is to get AI to give you some templates to work with if you are kind of blank with ideas. But really take your time to write your original draft yourself from A to Z, and you'll be very proud of your creation. That's just my experience. But you can use AI to review whatever you have written, and I'll touch on that a little bit later in this video. Number 2, I will not waste the reader's time with a long email. Nowadays, our attention span continues to decline as a species, okay? So imagine that your reader is holding a crying baby, right? Quickly checking an email before running to a meeting. Think about how you can get them to take a deep breath and continue reading your email. Definitely not by writing an epistle to the Corinthians, okay? So what I will do is I will make my email short, like 2 to 3 short paragraphs. Plus, I will use a catchy subject line like question about your nature comps paper. Any scientist that sees that would want to read more. For example, see this email that I sent some time ago to request for mentoring from an expert outside my field. Notice the subject line where I said ATAC-seek emblem and request for co-mentoring. So what's going on here is that the recipient of the email was part of the creators of the technique ATAC-seek that I was going to use in my proposal. You can see that in the body of the email, I went straight to the point and I told them why they are a great fit to be a co-mentor on this particular work. So you are free to read the rest of the email if you have the time. But bottom line is we ended up meeting and he agreed to be a co-mentor on the work, and I ended up getting that very important grant that I applied for. Overall, what I'm trying to say is, think about what the reader would like to see. Think about that. Any scientist that sees their work genuinely appreciates it, they will be very excited to read your email, and therefore they will be able to see what you're asking, either for mentoring or for collaboration. So that's important. Number 3, in most cases, I may not put my needs first. Now, this is very useful when you are seeking potential collaboration with others. The idea here is that before getting in touch, you should identify some potential pain points in their group or research questions still left unanswered that you can fill or support with your skills. Somewhere in the middle or at the end of your email, it may now be okay to insert what you need. For example, this was something that I saw recently that I really loved from a particular colleague. I noticed your beautiful paper in cell reports, and it struck me that we have some tumor cells that may support your research questions on calcium signaling. We are happy to share if needed. On the other hand, I wonder if your group have the bandwidth to take on some single cell analysis within the next 4 months. I'm happy to meet to see how we can collaborate on these topics and beyond. Now, this is what I call a win-win approach to making requests. You can always use this approach and adapt it for other purposes, especially for our followers that are looking for grad school positions. Number 4, I will not send out the same email to everyone. Now, this is very important for those sending out mentoring emails or requests for grad school positions or any other important request. I understand that sending out emails is a very tedious process, and right now you likely have a full-time job or you're studying while trying to do this, and you may be tempted to cut some corners. For example, for grad school, you would rarely see 2 professors study exactly the same idea. So what I will do is to put some good time into tailoring an email to a specific need, it is better to send out 5 well thought out emails than send 60 generic ones. So that's very important. And now for my last point, number 5, I will not send out potentially life-changing emails without a second look from at least one other person. This person can be a peer or a senior colleague. If you find someone going through the same process as you can strike a deal to review for each other. For example, for me, when I was applying for the most important grant that I would ever apply for, I had a lot of my colleagues review it for me, apart from the review that I got from my PI, from my supervisor. And apart from that, it is important that you have the time to read and reread and even have enough time to address the reviews of your colleagues. If you're not going to address everything, but at least consider it, because they are seeing this from a different lens. So at least consider it if you are not going to address all the reviews. If you are looking for such peer partners that can help you review your documents, you can leave a comment in the comment section and let other folks find you, and you all can share your social media profile and connect and help review for each other. Now, the best part right now is that all these AI tools that we have presently, even though I mentioned earlier that I wouldn't use them to write original essays, they kind of do a pretty good job for reviewing your originally written documents. Now, I have once detailed how you may use these AI tools, so you can check it out. You can check out the video in the description below. You can review your originally written documents with AI platforms such as ChatGPT or Bard. So it used to be called Bard, but I think it's now called Gemini. So check that out. And I think Gemini is free to a large extent, and ChatGPT is also free to a large extent. I believe the free versions do a really good job if you are trying to review your original documents. That will be all for today. If you are an experienced colleague, please let us know if you have any other addition to what I've laid out today, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And I'm Babajide Ojo. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.